Charter of Liberties, King Henry I's groundbreaking document that recognized Englishmen' rights. Presentation Overview. History of the Charter of Liberties. The Charter of Liberties has a fascinating history, from its origins under King Henry I to its impact on English law over the centuries. The evolution of the document and its impact on society will be discussed. Preserving individual liberties. The Charter of Liberties played an important role in preserving individual liberties in England, and it has had a lasting impact on English law and society. Influence on future documents. The Charter of Liberties has had a significant influence on future documents, including the Magna Carta and the United States Constitution. The impact of the Charter on these documents will be explored. The history of the Charter of Liberties, issued by King Henry I. The Charter of Liberties was issued by King Henry I in 1100 in response to conflicts with the Church and to establish his own authority. Unprecedented rights and freedoms. The Charter of Liberties granted unprecedented rights and freedoms to the people of England, including protection from arbitrary arrest and seizure of property. Expansion and revision. Over the course of the 13th century, the Charter of Liberties was expanded and revised to further protect the rights of Englishmen. King Henry I. King Henry I issued the Charter of Liberties to establish his own authority and resolve conflicts with the Church. The Charter was a landmark document in English law that granted unprecedented rights and freedoms to the people of England. 13th century Charter of Liberties. The Charter of Liberties was a document issued by Henry I of England in 1100, which established the rights of Englishmen and limited the power of the monarchy. It was expanded and revised over the course of the 13th century to further protect the rights of Englishmen. Magna Carta. The Magna Carta was a document signed by King John of England in 1215, which limited the power of the monarchy and established the principle that everyone, including the king, was subject to the law. Many of the provisions of the Charter of Liberties were incorporated into the Magna Carta. Conflicts with the Church. The Charter of Liberties was created to address the ongoing conflicts between King Henry I and the Church. It established the principle that the Church was subject to the law of the land, which paved the way for future restrictions on ecclesiastical power. The significance of the Charter of Liberties. The principle of rule of law. The Charter of Liberties established the principle that the king was subject to the law and that individual liberties were protected by law, thereby providing a legal framework for the protection of individual rights and freedoms. Influence on future documents. The Charter of Liberties was an important precursor to other significant documents such as the Magna Carta and the Bill of Rights, which also sought to protect individual rights and liberties. Preserved liberties. The Charter of Liberties was an important document in preserving individual liberties in England and established the principle that the king was subject to the law, providing protections against arbitrary arrest and seizure of property. Influence on future documents. Magna Carta. The Magna Carta was a document signed in 1215 which established the principle that everyone, including the king, is subject to the law. It drew heavily on the principles set forth in the Charter of Liberties. Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was a document signed in 1689 which established the principle that individual liberties such as freedom of speech, religion, and the press are protected against infringement by the government. Its principles were influenced by the Charter of Liberties. Conclusion. The Charter of Liberties granted unprecedented rights and freedoms to the people of England, laying the foundation for future documents such as the Magna Carta and the Bill of Rights. Thank you.